Right, we're live on air, aren't we? Hello and welcome, good afternoon, good evening I should say. It is Saturday the 16th of April and you're welcome to Soccer Sanchez for another episode with myself, Soccer Sanchez and Stuart. How are you doing today, Stuart?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Great day today watching the football.
Yeah. Excellent.
All good.
Now we've been away for the last couple of weeks, so we didn't get a chance to do the show last week. The last time we were here, we were speaking about Colombia and the international matches at the time.
Yeah.
Colombia eventually came out of the international week winning both games, and England ended up disappointingly not beating Holland at home. So that's that. Today we're going to look at the week just gone, and obviously this week there were the big games in Europe, Champions League and Europa League games. We're going to touch more on the Champions League more so than the other rounds of the other teams of the Europa League. We have to mention the Liverpool game, but that will come up. Firstly, Real Madrid come through with their tie against not Wolfsburg, 3-0. They were down from the first leg, and personally speaking, I thought they would come back. I thought they would, come out winners. But I never thought Ronaldo would put in display as he did with a hat trick. Definitely, the saviour of Real Madrid. Had it not been for him, they wouldn't have a chance to win that game. But yeah, fantastic result. I mean, what did you think of the Real Madrid performance? And Wolfsburg, same for that.
Yeah, well, obviously from the first game, credit to Wolfsburg for beating Real Madrid as resoundingly as it did. But I mean, I thought from an away leg, I was confident that Wolfsburg would get a goal. I thought Real Madrid would beat Wolfsburg, but I thought that if Wolfsburg got that away goal, that would, get them through to the next round. But it turns out Ronaldo saved the day and scored the hat trick. Especially the free kick. You don't really see Ronaldo scoring too many free kicks.
No, that's true.
And for him to score a free kick in a crucial time like that was something special for him. And yeah, I mean, I guess Real Madrid again are really grateful to Ronaldo. And remains to be seen whether or not they'll be able to do the same again against Man City in the next round.
Yeah, next round against Man City will be very, very interesting. The Man City obviously coming on top with their second leg win 1-0 against PSG. I personally speaking, I thought Paris Saint-Germain were very, very poor. People are talking about the fact that there isn't much competition. The French Ligue 1 is known for being a bit barren, really. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain are currently way ahead. I think they won today 5-0. I think it was 6-0.
I think they're 30 points ahead of the second place team.
Yeah, it really is. There really is no competition, and obviously, I mean, if you look at the money that the Qataris have put into PSG, we're looking at a team that is running away with that league every single season, and as was mentioned, the lack of competition in that league, in my opinion, anyway, is affecting the fact that when they do come up against opposition in the latter stages of the Champions League, they just don't seem as effective.
Yeah, that's obviously a valid argument, but do you think again that has to do with TV rights, the money in the TV rights being hoarded in certain teams in France, like it is in Spain?
I don't necessarily think it's TV rights as such, because if the money invested in the Paris Saint-Germain is straight up from the chairman. But
yeah,
do you mean in terms of Man City or?
No. So, for example, in Spain, you have the big three teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid having most of the money from TV rights. Whereas the other teams can't really compete on the same level because the money isn't there for them to attract the players. With Liga, I'm not sure how it works, whether or not it's only a couple of teams like it is in Spain that get all the majority of the TV money.
The problem, I know what you're saying. The problem is the La Liga sells.
Yeah.
People want to buy La Liga.
Yeah,
people want the Premier League. Sorry, people want the Premier League. Though they sell, the money that League 1 would get from broadcasters nationally and internationally doesn't compare to what the Premier League and what the La Liga is getting. I'll give you an example. Only 5 years ago, but as of 5 years ago, Serie A were having trouble selling their rights to UK broadcasters, and at the time, Serie A rights were going for near enough between 10 and 20 million, which is nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
Compared to the Premier League, relatively speaking, it's nothing.
Exactly, and that basically that's answering your question there. They might the money may well be evenly shared amongst those teams. I really don't know. I need to look into that, to be honest with you. But whatever money there is, it's not going to be anywhere near enough to be able to compete with the likes of PSG. I was going to mention Lyon, but Lyon are still 30 points behind anyway. So
yeah, Lyon and Monaco are pretty much tight. It's actually a pretty good race at the moment in terms of the Champions League.
And it's a pity,
Nice, Rennes. I think Rennes are in with the shout as well. Nice, Rennes.
Ben Arthur's at Nice, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been smashing it at the moment. So it's 4 teams: Monaco, Lyon, Rennes, and Nice going for the second and third spot that gets into the Champions League. But I mean, the whole argument regarding the PSG being being a victim of their own success. I mean, Bayern Munich in Germany, they, apart from them and Borussia Dortmund, it's pretty much nothing. So I mean, the argument about them, the quality of the league affecting their performance in Europe, it's obviously a good point. But I think if that's the case, I mean, you'd see the same thing with Bayern Munich in Germany.
Yeah.
But you see that every season to get to the latter stages of the European competitions, and so it might just be a case of them not being able to perform that night. But yeah, it's ridiculous them being 30 points ahead of second place team in France like Monaco. But yeah, it remains to be seen whether in the future, in a few years, that if the PSG can continue to get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, maybe they might falter at the group stage in next year or 2 years time.
Yeah. I mean, and given the money the PSG is spending as well, I've just put up there Laurent Blanc. Laurent Blanc is under a lot of pressure now. Is this the second season in a row quarterfinal exit for PSG?
Yeah.
And they were really lackluster against Man City. There was nothing to show in that second leg to even give the board any kind of hope that this guy is taking them in the right direction. It's a given that PSG are where they are in the league, and to an extent, getting to the quarterfinal should be a minimum for a team spending that amount of money. So for him to do it twice now, I can safely say it probably will be his last season, Laurent Blanc at PSG, and with the likes of Ancelotti and Mourinho looking for work.
Maybe even Blanc being sounded out for the Man United spots. Ex-United defender.
Player, yeah.
I doubt it, to be honest, but the way the media works, you never know that they might start linking him with a vacancy. Well, hopefully that Van Gaal might be his last season. Well, not hopefully, but with the rumours out there saying that he's going to be out there at the end of the season. So I mean, Blanc, Man United, not too much of a crazy idea. You've heard crazier before. But yeah.
Going on to the next game then, it was Atletico Madrid-Barcelona, probably the most anticipated of all the matchups, in my opinion anyway. I was more excited to watch that out of any other game.
Yeah, me too.
Barcelona and Madrid have been at loggerheads in the last couple of seasons. If I'm not mistaken, they played 6 times last year. Again, they met each other in the Champions League, and Simeone's team came out on top.
Yeah, Simeone, great manager. He's been doing it for the last 3 or 4 seasons since he came over and took over from Gregorio Manzano. He's just showing again how much of a good coach he is. I thought that in the first leg at Barcelona, I thought that I fancied Atletico Madrid to keep a clean sheet. Obviously, that idea was taken out of the window because they lost. Who did they lose? Who got sent off in that game?
Which one, sorry?
In Atletico Madrid game. Did someone get sent off? Yeah, Torres got sent off, didn't he? In the first leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I thought that if they had kept, both,
they would have won both games.
Yeah, I thought maybe not necessarily won that first game, maybe 1-1, but I didn't think that they'd lose that game had they kept all the men on the pitch. But again, at Madrid, you saw how all over Barcelona were on Atletico Madrid, but even then their defence was solid and was resolute, and they managed to get that qualification. But yeah, again, Simeone's class act.
Yeah, he's turned that team completely. I mean, Atletico Madrid are always Atletico and Valencia are always kind of the teams that were challenging Real Barca in the last 10-15 years.
Yeah.
But the way he's changed the identity of Atletico has been fantastic, and it'll be sad for them if he ever left, and because there are rumours that he may leave this summer with top jobs being up for grabs.
It's always going to happen if a coach like Simeone is there, and clubs like like United, Chelsea that can spend that much money. There's also going to be a link between Simeone and the
even Bayern Munich. Have Bayern Munich announced a new manager yet? I've been hearing rumours that Ancelotti.
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
No, it's not confirmed, but I mean, if there's rumours, there's probably a strong indication that he might actually be going there. But one thing I wanted to say about Simeone, he quoted saying that the way he gets his players riled up for games, the way he manages his team is by telling them that, listen, the team you'll be playing is better than you. And you have to basically, he was asked, what does Atletico Madrid mean? What's their motto? And he said hard work. And that pretty much sums up him as a as a footballer as well. When he was playing, he was a hard man, constantly harassing harassing. Yeah, as a fighter, and I think he's managed to instill that in his players 100%, and they'll fight for the cause from the first minute to the last minute. And I can see that in every performance they have, they're always resolute, always combative, and they've got a great striker in Griezmann as well.
I mean, his football DNA is definitely imprinted on that Atletico Madrid team.
Yeah.
Given the fact he's been there 4 years now.
Yeah.
Generally, he changed. He's lost big players. He's lost Arda Turan, who's gone. Falcao has gone. This season, he took the risk of letting go of Martinez. Okay, Martinez wasn't doing what we expected of him, but it's a big money signing, and he managed to justify getting rid of him. And look at them now. I mean, they're through to the semi-final of the Champions League. So he knows what he's doing.
And also, they're in with a shout to win the league as well. They're only 3 points behind Barcelona.
Exactly.
Who are starting to, unexplicably, I don't know. You can't really explain at the moment why they're struggling at this point of the season. They were smashing it from the beginning of the season to now, and now for some reason they're struggling with the last
4 games haven't won, is it the case?
They lost, yeah. Since the Clasico, that affected them mentally. Who knows? But
maybe, they might have thought it was done and dusted by that point. But as you all know, the season is not over until the very last game.
Yeah,
so Madrid still in the middle of the shout. Both Atletico and Real, more so Atletico.
Yeah.
But just to echo what you said, Atletico Madrid, Simeone, fantastic team, fantastic mentality and attitude. And I would love to see them win the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think they were quite unlucky when they lost that.
To Real Madrid.
That final. It could be another Atletico Madrid Real final. You never
Very
know.
possibly, very possibly.
Could be. And also, final match. To be honest, I didn't see too much. I only watched the highlights. Benfica 2, Bayern Munich 2. Bayern Munich go through on away goals. They have been my bet for a place in the final. Would you doubt that? I mean, they've got Atletico Madrid next. What do you think?
I mean that's probably the hardest out of the 2 games in the semi-finals. I think that's probably the hardest one to call. I don't know. I want Atletico Madrid to go through, so I'm going to say Atletico Madrid. But
that would have been a great final.
Oh, that and Bayern Munich.
That would have been a really good final.
Yeah.
But I mean,
my picks for the semi-finals is Real Madrid to beat City, and I'm going to go with Atletico Madrid. So I'm saying, the old Spanish final for me.
Again.
Yeah.
Madrid v Madrid.
Sorry?
Madrid versus Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid.
Okay, there we go. So, so our least favourite final is Bayern Man City. Either way, it's going to be a good final. Okay, and also just a quick mention on the Europa League. Liverpool, what a fantastic result against Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Came out 4-3 winners. I'll be honest, when Michael Royce scored the 3rd goal and it was 3-1, I thought, forget it, Liverpool are out. Yeah, you never walk alone. The atmosphere was great, but I honestly thought on the pitch, Liverpool weren't doing it, and Dortmund were. But lo and behold, Liverpool FC do what they do best. Come out from behind. Reminded me a lot of the Olympiacos game when Gerrard scored the winner.
Me too.
But
me too.
This time the hero was Lovren. Liverpool fans' favourite this season.
Lovren and Sarko, the 2 centre backs.
They were possessed. I mean, what did you think of the performance?
I mean, I thought that Borussia Dortmund had it done and dusted when Royce scored that 3rd goal. But I think Liverpool have that sort of spirit. They have that bounce back ability, you might say.
Ain't that word?
I don't know.
The resolute, let's say.
You can. So you say that they have that special ability to come back from the abyss and get results like that. Yeah. But I think I like to compare Klopp and Simeone. I think Klopp tries to instill that work ethic in his team, and I think he's happy with Liverpool maybe not winning every game, but as long as they give 100% on the pitch, he's happy. He's a happy manager.
Yeah, true. He was out with Dortmund.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Simeone and Klopp, there could be a lot of comparisons drawn between those 2 managers. But again, Liverpool. I'm hoping Liverpool go through and win the final. I know we had a conversation off air, and you said that they're not your team
for the Europa League.
Yeah,
I just think Sevilla are very experienced, and I can't. I can see them winning their 3rd Europa League title. So
yeah. It's gonna be a tricky tie in Ukraine. Ukrainian teams are usually very strong at home, and Shakhtar, they have their good players as well, like Alex Teixeira. I know he's gone actually, isn't he? Is he still there?
Still there? Yes. No, he went to China.
Yeah, China.
Watch our Chinese special for that bit of news. But he went to China. So Shakhtar still are a dangerous team. The ground. Are they still playing at that ground?
I don't think so. No,
they're not because of the
civil war.
the fighting in the local area.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally speaking, I think Sevilla are going to win that cup. And you?
Yeah, I'm going with Liverpool. I'm going with Liverpool just because they're an English team. I'm going to go with them to win it. Hope they win it, and yeah.
Well, Liverpool have Villarreal away in the first leg, second leg at Anfield, which may well help them as they did against Dortmund, and Sevilla away to Shakhtar Donetsk for their first game.
Just quick mention as well. Quick mention of Villarreal. Cedric Bakambu and Soldado for Villarreal. They've been a deadly duo, so I think Lovren and Saka would have their work cut out in stopping them from doing their damage. But maybe this result and this victory has still the confidence in Saka and Lovren, and they might be able to handle Bakambu and Soldado.
It's going to be very hard, very, very hard. I mean, even if Liverpool do get to the final and meet either Shakhtar or Sevilla, it's going to be it's going to be very, very hard for them.
Great European nights ahead of us.
Anfield helps a lot when playing Dortmund and 3-1 down, believe me. Okay, well, that's the European roundup. We're going to swiftly move on, nice and swiftly, to other ends of the football spectrum.
Yeah.
That being Aston Villa and their subsequent relegation from the Premier League. Now, the news came in about 2 hours ago that they'd gone 1-0 down to Man United and lost the game. We spoke about Villa before. Personally speaking, Randy Lerner brought that club down. He was unhappy with O'Neill taking them 7th or 6th place. Won the Champions League. What does he do? He gets rid of the best manager Villa have had in God knows how many years. And this is what's happened as a result. Years of underspending or lack of spending on quality players. Too many bit part squad players in the team. No one really to. I didn't even notice that. No one really to kind of.
Oh, you don't smell.
To turn their team around, and yeah, it's sad to see because Villa were one of the founder members of the Premier League, and now they joined the Championship next season.
Well, they actually spent in the summer, but they didn't buy the right sort of player. So yeah, again, shocking decisions from the board, from Lerner throughout the seasons, and that's like.
I mean, even the start of this season, keep some stability, keep Sherwood. Like, obviously, they've got rid of him at a point when they thought, right, we need to change things now before it's too late. Who do they bring in? Remy Gard. Like, who? Obviously, we know who he is, but like, he's not the type of person who's going to help you get a relegation.
Yeah.
Maybe like obviously
Allardyce.
Like an Allardyce or.
And then he's given Sunderland a fighting chance to stay up.
Yeah, I mean, they completely different with Allardyce days. It's a completely different team, and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's been a cock up from the very, very beginning when O'Neill left. From that point onwards, and it is a pity. On paper, as we mentioned before, in my opinion, I thought the players were good enough. Clearly, as a team, they are awful. And I mean, the 16 points that they've accumulated this season kind of says it all, really.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Villa, they're going down. Not good to see, but that's football.
That's
and on the upturn, we're looking at now at the teams that could possibly join them in the Premier League. First contender on the books is Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Second we've got is Brighton, and third we have
Burnley.
As you can see there, the main players are of course Tom Mohamed for Brighton, 16 goals this season. Andre Gray for Burnley, 22 league goals this season. And at the bottom, there's a little picture there of Gaston Ramirez. Himself and David Nugent really are firing in the goals for them. Only six each, I believe. Not into double figures, but Middlesbrough seem more of a team effort getting to the top of that league. Goals spread out amongst at least 4 or 5 players, but at least scoring 6 goals. I mean, what are your thoughts on the Championship race this season?
It was. Well, my tip for the season was probably Hull City, but they fell after January. They sort of fell off the tracks, and I think it's probably have to do with the fact that they didn't really invest a lot of money in their team in the transfer window. Whereas teams like Brighton brought in Anthony Knockaert from Stade Liège, Borough brought in Jordan Rhodes for the astronomical fee of £11 million, and Burnley strengthened the defence with Tarkowski from Brentford. So these teams at the top, you can see that there's a reason. There might be a reason why they're there, because they have actually spent money on on their players, whereas Hull sort of dropped off. But I think.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Hull were really doing it January, February time, and then they really have just knocked off. Abel Hernandez, I mean, he was on fire, started the season, second half, dropped off completely.
Yeah, But I mean, my tip would be probably Borough and Burnley, the teams that are currently first and second. But it's because of their strength and depth. They have players like Gaston Ramirez, Nugent. They've been there, done it, and got teams promoted. Burnley also have that experience. They have that team that has been relegated and are chomping at the bit to get back up to the Premier League. Whereas Brighton, a bit of a newcomers, but I'd fancy Brighton maybe in the playoffs with players like Knockaert, who has a lot of quality, and Tom Mohamed, if you can carry on that form, I'm sure they'll obviously be the favourites to go up via the playoffs. But yeah, credit to Brighton. I mean, they have a really ambitious chairman in Tony Bloom, who has really pumped a lot of money into that club and buying them a new stadium, and taking them from the brink of relegation from League One to the dizzy heights of the Championship, almost on the verge of promotion. So they'll be my tip to go by the playoffs. And actually, it was funny to see Borough struggling to beat Bolton earlier today. They were losing 1-0 at one point to Bolton, but last minute Jordan Rhodes, again as I mentioned, Jordan Rhodes, born in January, got them over the line and won the game. So yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think Jordan Rhodes will eventually, him and the rest of the team, they'll eventually go up. They have that pain from last season's playoff defeat against Norwich, so that's probably in the back of their minds and driving them on.
And you think they'll be champions?
I don't know who'll be champions, but those are my two teams to go up. I mean, if I was to predict who's going to be champions, I'll probably say Burnley.
Burnley.
Yeah.
I think Burnley have a massive chance of going up. Andre Gray is the
talisman.
Is indispensable for that team. He's scoring the goals, and it's exactly what they need. And yeah, I mean, I like Sean Dyche. He's a good manager. It's good to see that Burnley stuck with him, even though the fact they did go down to the Championship. It's paying off. And next season, I mean, you're right. Borough, Burnley up. I would like to see Brighton go up, but whoever does go up this season, it's payday for them, because the TV deal, the TV money this season is going to be astronomical. And even if one of these teams get relegated next year, the parachute payments are almost treble what the previous relegation candidates got. So yeah, I mean, I think Burnley are going to be my tip to win the Championship. Second place, I'd have to say Middlesbrough as well, to be honest. Yeah, definitely.
Watch out. I was going to say, just watch out for Andre Gray next season if they do go up, because he's only 23 or 24. He's got pace. He has an eye for a goal. He can run down the channels very effectively, and for me, he'll probably be better than what Charlie Austin was for QPR last season.
Okay.
Yeah, and Charlie Austin's 28, and Gray's got age on his side. So I think Gray is probably the next one to maybe sort of break into the England squad, I think.
You think he'll make the England squad?
I think he's very good. He was very good last season for Brentford, and this season he's carried on.
Better than Rashford?
Yeah, he knows. I mean, Rashford, there's also obviously premature calls right now.
That's another thing, yeah. We're not going into right now, but yeah, people are calling for Rashford to play for England in the Eurozone.
Yeah,
not sure about that. Michael Owen went to the World Cup and not yet because he scored, I think it was at least 16 goals in his first season. How
old was he, 18?
He was 17. He was 18 at the World Cup, yeah. So he was 17 in that first season. That's justifiable. Rashford feels like a bit of a Walcott call-up. We know what happened there, didn't we?
What didn't happen there? Nothing.
What didn't happen there, exactly. It was just a wasted seat on the plane. Right, that's it then for this week for SSTV. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, comment on the video. Tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell your gran, tell everyone.
Tell your pets.
Tell your pets, why not? Yeah. Hey, feel like I'm mobile. Anyway. So anyway, leave a comment, and thank you again for watching us. And it's been emotional. We'll see you next week.
Cheerio.
See you later.